When I heard the songs on the documentary of Aunt Carrie's fight against nuclear power, I pulled out my copy from the shelf of For Our Children, Black Fox Blues, produced 43 and a half years ago. And I read every single word on it and really looked at the pictures, and memories just came flooding in at that time. And with it came the realization of the role that John Danner had actually played in the Stop Against Black Fox. I was married to John at the time, so I definitely had an inside view. And we had gotten to know Carrie when we put together the whole Tulsa catalog in 1976. And Carrie and Case were listed as part of the ecology movement in Oklahoma. So Carrie had Case meetings up at the House on the Hill, which was, the House on the Hill was on Reservoir Hill, and it was also a communal house. So meetings happened there for Case, and we went on to support Case through dedications, like with this album. John wrote this dedication to her saying, "Street legal and early warning system, grandmother to us all." And also the proceeds to the album went both to Case and to Sunbelt Alliance. John, who was part Choctaw, also worked at TICATA, which was Tulsa Indian Council on Alcoholism and Drug Abuse. TICATA was housed in Leon Russell's recording studio there on 3rd and Utica, and that place also went on to be the place where we all met for the Sunbelt Alliance. Frank Thomas was the medicine man who ran Sweats. He was the executive director of TICATA. Jay Whitecrow and J.R. Matthews also worked there, along with just an amazing staff of people. And we were sweating weekly on the land of Maggie and Andy Studi, who was Wes Studi's parents. And Wes Studi is the actor and producer who also is pictured in this album and was part of the occupation of Black Fox. And it was through John's connection with Frank that paved the way for Sweats to even be open to more white people and to members of the Sunbelt Alliance, which grounded us in our connection and responsibility both to the earth and to all of our relations. They went on to guide us in ceremony the morning of the occupation, and then they led us over the fence to occupy Black Fox. So having their guidance and strong participation really brought a depth and a root system to what we were doing that infiltrated the entire occupation, that really infiltrated all of us. It was just beautiful, a time of solidarity and creativity and connection. John was also instrumental in the formation of the Sunbelt Alliance. So parallel with the events that were happening with Black Fox was also the Karen Silkwood case unfolding in Oklahoma City. That was going to go on trial in 1979. And several of the lawyers there, like leading up to the trial, were members of the Christic Institute in Washington, D.C., Danny Sheehan, Rob Hager among them, and then Lewis Pitts from Greensboro. And they used to come up to the house and during their time off and hang out with us. It was through them and their connection with Karen Silkwood that we met Jim Garrison. And Jim would come to be really the primary force in helping us organize the Sunbelt Alliance. He was part of the Clamshell Alliance in Boston, and he organized civil disobedience actions around the country to stop nuclear power. So we had 2 successful occupations of Black Fox and broad public education and support. And then Jim trained Beth Field and myself in nonviolence peacekeeping trainings. So Beth and I traveled all over the state of Oklahoma doing trainings for everyone while he coordinated the affinity groups and met with local enforcement officials. John's love of music brought Oklahoma musicians together from all over. So there's 18 songs, including songs with Frank Thomas and Jay White Crow. And, you know, my memory has it that we did that recording in 24 hours. So it was this whirlwind of creativity and inspiration all in this room, people going in one at a time to go ahead and record, choruses being there. And it was just an amazing, amazing time. John's connection in Tulsa and in California also helped with bringing in the two major concerts that lent a lot of recognition to the fight against Black Fox. So that was in 1978, that was Jackson Browne and David Lindley and David Bromberg, and then in 1979 it was the Tulsa Sun Festival, which was out at Mohawk Park. So even more, like Bonnie Raitt and Jesse Colin Young came in as well. So I want to give thanks to this album for bringing back all of these memories, and to John Danner for his role in it, and to all of us at that time for coming together and, you know, with our hearts and our bodies and our minds, and really doing something for the state of Oklahoma. And we all participated in many different ways, through CASE, through the Sun Belt, through music, and through prayer. The confluence of all of these stories is meaningful today, I think, as we really face polarization in our country and in our world. And I realized that though with COVID, we won't be organizing in the same way, like with big music festivals and with training and all of that, that we do have these movements in our hearts, and we can go forward with that. Thank you.